As I'm sure you've heard by now, Marjorie Taylor Greene, the Republican Congresswoman, who previously called out Congress people for their questionable trading that leads to vast wealth gains while they're in Congress, something that should not be allowed. She is now caught up in a trading scandal, a stock trading scandal of her own. We'll get into that in a second. But first, let's look at this context back from 2024, where she was asked during a town hall, how do members of Congress end up becoming so wealthy when they have a low six-figure salary, but then become multimillionaires? And she seems to identify a problem that then she partook in. Now, the big scandal is, did she know? Did she know directly from Trump that he was about to reverse his tariff decision when she jumped in and swept up some of the hardest hit stocks that then made huge gains when he made that announcement? And if she did, that would be illegal. But we'll get to that in a second, and then we'll get to her being called out over it.
How do people go to Congress and become multimillionaires in a few years on a $175,000 salary? Mr. Walter, I do not know. I haven't found that money tree up there in Washington.
But I'm looking for it. When I find it, it's when Trump's president. He tells me about theirs.
Or printing machine that they all seem to have. It's amazing. Truly amazing. Yeah. Nancy Pelosi, I tell you what, supposedly she has some great stock tips. Y'all should check her out.
Yeah, so I'm for banning congressional stock trading. Marjorie Greene, though, just benefited a lot from the fact that it hasn't yet been banned. So before showing you her being called out over it, click the subscribe button if you haven't, obviously. Let's look at the context. Media reports Marjorie Taylor Greene scooped up tanking stocks and made a profit after tariff pause. And so again, as I already mentioned, the real scandal lies in if her buddy, who she frequently talks to by her own admission, if she were to have been told by him, I'm about to reverse these, as he had said over and over he wasn't going to do, right? So he sent out that post, now's a great time to buy stocks, as things were cratering. But any person who took him at his words when he was saying he wasn't going to reverse his tariff decision wouldn't have any reason to believe we were going to see a huge unprecedented stock rebound that still hasn't recovered us from before he started going crazy, but did cause a one-day surge. But if he mentioned it to a couple people, this is what I've been telling you, there's a real opportunity for illegal behavior here because of insider trading laws. Greene, a vocal MAGA diehard, pounced on some of the market's worst hit companies, according to a newly filed financial disclosure seen by CBS. Among her targets, Dell, Amazon, Lululemon, and RH, all of which were down nearly 40%. When she bought in, RH, her standout winner, soared more than 30% after Trump abruptly paused most tariffs on countries outside of China for 90 days on Wednesday. And then he went around going, look, I'm so great. The stock market shot up. No, it didn't even recover to where it was before. And also, are you admitting then that you're saying it's good the stock market started doing better, but that's only because you stopped doing what you were saying was good? So then you're admitting we were right? Nah. No Lie with Brian Tyler Cohen saying new records reveal that Marjorie Taylor Greene bought thousands of dollars in stocks right before Trump's tariff pause announcement caused markets to surge and presumably made lots and lots of money. We don't have the exact figures yet. The Telegraph, Trump loyalist Marjorie Taylor Greene bought shares before stock market rebound. And then Newsweek, Democrats are calling for an investigation into Marjorie Taylor Greene's purchase of stocks during the recent market dip following President Donald Trump's announcement of sweeping global tariffs on April 2nd. Now, here is first Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez at one of these Fight Oligarchy events, calling out Marjorie Greene, wrecking her over this.
We saw Marjorie Taylor Greene buy that dip. I got one question for her. How much did you make? How much did you make off of people's despair? How much did you make off that panic? How much did you make off of that suffering? No more. We can't accept it.
Yeah, and a couple of things here. Obviously, the first, there's three. Why can't I hold up three fingers at once? Huh? There's three. Okay, there, three. There's three options here. Well, there's 3 points I want to make, which is number one, if she committed a crime through insider trading because she had advanced knowledge of this, that would be bad and she should be held accountable. But we don't know that. We don't know if she knew before. Maybe she just saw Trump's post about buy it up now and said yes, sir, and bought a bunch of stuff and made really, really wise decisions given what we learned later. And also the number two, okay, now I have 4 points. Number two is that there's the hypocrisy, right? She says she hasn't found that money tree. Well, she found it. She found it. Good for her. The money machine. And then number three is it's just a bad look. It is. As people are panicking, there's all this fear. And then she makes a whole bunch of money off of the total chaos that Trump's creating where, yeah, whenever the stock market is this volatile, if you make the right calls, you can make a lot of money. But a lot of people, number one, aren't going to be making those calls. And number two, the general chaos and the underlying economic uncertainty that's causing in the long term is bad. Trump keeps talking about short-term gain for long-term, short-term pain for long-term gain. That's what I was trying to say. And meanwhile, really, it's occasional short-term gains for mostly rich people, but long-term pain for everyone else and a whole lot of short-term pain as well. And then number four, I really think the bigger point here, as we see if there was any of that insider trading type stuff going on with anyone, did Trump mention this to anyone and did they act on it? Because that would be illegal. It's just all these people are going to be fine. That's the real tragedy here. The people telling their followers short-term pain for long-term gain. Telling their followers, just relax. We talked a lot about Benny Johnson saying, fugazi, forget about it. Well, digital ones and zeros, money's nothing. Losing money builds character. All those people are going to be fine. They're going to be fine. It's their followers who won't be. And that's what's really tragic. Marjorie's going to be fine. She may not even benefit from the chaos. But so many of her followers aren't going to be. Now, before getting to other people calling for an investigation, just because we talked about this Fight Oligarchy rally, here's AOC not holding back with Trump specifically.
Donald Trump is a criminal who was found guilty of 34 felony counts of fraud, liable for sexual abuse. Of course he's lying and abusing and manipulating the stock market too. When he talks about rapists and criminals, he should look in the mirror.
Oh, sheesh. That's right. My goodness. I did see a lot of people commenting on her voice sounding different. I'm pretty sure that's because, and I've experienced this before, if you're having to shout in front of arenas night after night, I haven't experienced that part, but I'm saying speaking a lot or shouting a lot, raising your voice, then certain registers of your voice will just go. So then you have to find kind of unnatural places to speak where your voice hasn't been ravaged. Here's Robert Garcia, friend of the show, frankly, calling for Marjorie's actions to be investigated.
And what I want to know, what we want to know is, what did Marjorie Taylor Greene know before that announcement happened? And what stocks did she and her family trade leading up to that announcement?
Now, of course, she's denying that she even had any knowledge of this. So that should be noted. I do want to address a lot of people within MAGA will point to gains that were made post that announcement, as I referenced before. And they'll go, art of the... Sorry, I can't even say it. Art of the deal. Trump, he did. See, you were scared. You were panicking, but wow, we got it. And the stock market isn't everything, but as I've been saying before, you do get concerned with people's retirement, but also it being a sign of the uncertainty that then, once it has a chance to sort of grab onto the more foundational parts of our economy, end up manifesting a little bit down the road. So sort of an indicator, a warning sign when we see this much volatility. And if you'll throw this up on screen, this is as Biden. So this is the last year in the stock market. This is Biden. And we go up and 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 up. And then we see, let's see, January 20th, around here, Trump takes office. And then he starts making all of his tariff announcements. And it goes Pew. This little bump right here is what they're saying is the art of the deal. You see at the end? Because he said, actually, I'm not going to do a lot of my tariff plans, but it's still 10% and a trade war with China. But that bump is what they're saying is the art of the deal. Okay? So if I burnt down your whole house and then built back a bathroom, would you be grateful? No. You would be doing this. You would be completely baffled. You would be AI JD Vance spinning around in your chair. That's what you would be. So don't be persuaded by the ridiculous, I'm going to create a problem and then solve half of it, or not even 30% of it, and still cause long-term economic pain and still leave a bunch of tariffs and take credit for the fact that some of me reversing and bending the knee and agreeing with the terrible liberals on the panicking, which is what Trump did, that's something I should be congratulated for. No, it's not. Share your thoughts in the comments.